Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Friday, the 25th of July. I am flatcapcallum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. There was rumours going round that, I've been killed off and all sorts, but no, I'm here. It's just been a bit of a nothing week, to be honest. I haven't had a day where I like more than a couple of horses, and it takes time and a bit of an effort to make a video, and I wasn't thinking anyone was going to miss a jackpot if I didn't put out one or two horses on a day. So you've not seen me since Saturday. Come for Friday. So last week we played twice, Thursday, Saturday. This week we're going to play twice, Friday, Saturday. The plan is to then take Sunday off, because then we're into Galway starting on the Monday and Goodwood starts on Tuesday. For those that are initiated, Galway is 7 days, Monday to Sunday next week. Goodwood is 5, Tuesday to Saturday. So I'm expecting to play 7 days worth of videos next week. So suits me to have a quiet one. Also should flag as well, before I get into today's stuff, after Galway Goodwood, so I'll do the video for Sunday the 3rd. And then I shall be taking a summer break from YouTube for 16 days. So from the 4th to the 19th, there'll be no video content. And the plan is I'll be back on the 20th of August for the start of the York Ebor Festival. So today's video, Saturday's video, no video Sunday. Then we've got 7 days. Then you've got 16 days without me. That's the plan. Some of you will rejoice, some of you will shed a tear, most will be somewhere in between. So, review of last Saturday, was 12 on, 67p back. I think we had one place, and that was it. It was a crappy day. So we finished down for last week like 16 quid. So just on a real poor run at the moment, and it's continued. I think for the that's the right thing. Maybe it was 13.99 down last week. It's not the price of anything, but 13.99, and that's why we're 16 quid down on the month. And yeah, we really could do with a positive month. So we've got 7 days to see what we can do. So 17.50 for Friday. That's what I'm doing. I've got 8 horses, 7 races. So we've got an each way patent and we've got a split leg Yankee. We got some interest. Let's see if any of it's any good or if it's all just dross. Each way pattern, starting here, 202 Uttoxeter. I missed all the fancy prices on that one. I think it opened at 100 to 1, but I still think 28s is fine. Quick overview of the race. I think the front two in the market are the right front two. I think the rest of the market isn't priced up correctly. And I think there's an overpricement of Nanny Daisy still at 28s, even though hundreds would have been fantastic. But 28s I can take for the channel. So we'll give our luck on that one in a novice. 312 Uttoxeter, Leopold's Rock. It's an interesting one because on face value, you look at the form and say it's run 2 poor runs this year. Didn't run last year at all. And then before that it was with Phil Kirby, so it switched stables and hadn't run for over a year before this year. If you actually look at the last run, and it came 5th of 9, the front two were way clear, and the winner's gone on to be second next time out, decent performance. The second horse has gone on to win twice, so really progressive front two, and then there was a big old gap to third, and this one was 5th, not that far behind. So I don't think it was actually as terrible a run as you might imagine. It was 5th of 9 and beaten whatever 30 odd lengths, more than that, 30 something lengths. But actually I think you could mark up the performance. So I think it's worth trying at this one. Not actually, that race probably was a bit better than it looked like. So probably is maybe on the way back to running into fitness. So I think there's chances of framing for Leopold's Rock at 312 Uttoxeter. And then we're going Old Fave at Ascot. It ran badly at Ascot last time. The worry here is the ground. If it gets too fast, I think we're cooked. But if it stays more with good in the description rather than good to firm, I'll be happy enough that they'll give it a try. Pierre-Louis Jamin is on. Didn't check actually if it's the first time he's run, but normally Oliver Searle rides the horse, and he's riding something different. And Pierre-Louis Jamin is he's in decent enough form, so I don't think it's a bad jockey booking. The challenge with these things is, right, so when you look at the ground says for Ascot it's good to firmly places. That was the read of the track on Friday morning. You don't get Thursday morning. You don't get another read till Friday morning. So if you're doing the bets like I do the night before, and you're trying to read the track, and you've got a reading from 12 hours ago, and you want to know what the race going is going to be in like 18 hours future or whatever, it's pretty tricky stuff. So if it gets good to firm, I'll be much less keen, but that is in 50p each way patent, £7. That's each way, singles, doubles, and the treble. All these bookies are the same place terms: Sky 365, Paddy, Betfair, Betfred, Betway, Unibet, Boyle Sports. That is bet one. Then arguably, say the main bets. It's done in chronological order, and a few reasons for that, but it is chronological. So the first three races, and then if they go down, we're on to the second bet, 10.50. 5.50 Kilbeggan. I'm hoping in the time I do the video, this horse doesn't shorten up anymore, because whether or not it runs well or not is an absolute price crasher, is how I've read it. And it's already gone 33s to 25, so I'm taking 25s for the channel, and I'll double check the price, what it looks like sort of 15 minutes after upload, because I appreciate I'm going to do this in the middle of the night. Not everybody can clearly get on and get the price, so we'll see what price movement has, and I'll kind of look and deem where I think is the fair point for that one. But I'm saying 25s at the moment. It's running for Adrian Murray's trainer. He's in really, really good form, so that's tick. Okay, trainer's in form, great. The horse has run 3 handicaps. I think it's run 1 handicap this year, and once run the handicap this year and done nothing, and then it's run 2 at the back end of last season after winning a maiden at Kilbeggan. So it won a maiden Kilbeggan, similar distance, similar ground, similar but not exactly identical. And yeah, it's done 3 no runs, and it's now been dropped £7 in total. I like the fact they put cheek pieces on, because that's an indication that they're trying to get something more out of the horse than they have done so far, or they're making more of an effort with the horse than they have done for a while. But also Kieran Buckley, and I think this is one of those things where when people clock onto this sort of stuff, he's riding for Adrian Murray. He's not ridden the horse before. He's 3 for 3. So he's run 3 times for Adrian Murray this season, never ran for him before this season, and he's 3 for 3. So can he go 4 for 4? It's the only ride for Adrian Murray. Adrian Murray's only, it's quite a local trend to Kilbeggan, only horse running at Kilbeggan. So that's Mr. Dibbs, but I see it as a price crasher. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes off single figures. That doesn't necessarily mean it's an absolute worldie and it's going to win, but I do think the price will go. Then we're going split leg, 603 York. I've left alone those like 22 runner handicaps. I didn't have I had a read on it, if I'm honest, but the prices were just too short, so I didn't really find value in the market, even though I had a view, but I wasn't going to play for 22 places. So the 603 York, Zimmerman would be the lean of the two, and then Valley of Flowers, but I think they're both worth having in the bet, particularly if you're a bookie, using a bookie getting 4 places. 630 Kilbeggan, Loop de Talaine, in good form, no reason why it shouldn't run another competitive race. I think that was fine to put in at 12s. And then we're finishing off with a bit of a zebra, 720 Cork, Arcorius, we're going with that. Nathan Cross is on again. We've had him a few times, and he's not. I'm not keen on him, but he has done all right for us when we backed him this season. What do I think about this horse? So last time it was too bad to be true. But if you look at the profile of the horse, and this is obviously a big old negative, and a negative why it would be the price it is it seems to be a bit of a fumbler starter. I don't think in any of the 4 runs, it's running 3 times in maidens and 1 in handicap, it's actually started anywhere remotely decent. That being said, the penultimate start was in the maiden at Cork, and it fumbled the start, and then actually, same jockey, but jockey kind of went sideways across the track at one point, definitely covered more ground than any others, and found himself on the worst side of the track. Now, whether that was accidental or deliberate, it didn't help the cause, despite the slow start. And despite the slow start, it wasn't terrible in terms of like, you know, how far away it was. Then last time out, it was a £7 claimer riding it. Again, fumbled the stalls. It was drawn on the right side, but they kept it in the middle, and it needed to be stand side. All the best horses in terms of finishing positions came at the stand side. This horse ended up in the middle and drifted out the other way. So it ended up being on the wrong side, but if you read the write-up, you'd think it was on the right side. If you see what I'm saying, the write-up says it's the correct side. I think it was the wrong side. So that's in. I just think it's absolutely worth a punt on this. I think if it can start better, we're in. That's a win. But even if it doesn't start better, if they actually put a bit of a decent effort now, Nathan Cross is back on it, we'll see. So that's 50-1. So the bet 2.12p each way Yankees. So Mr. Dibbs, Zimmerman, Loop to Lane, and Akoris, and then the same one but with Valley of Flowers instead of Zimmerman. 36p each way extra double on Mr. Dibbs and Akoris, the two bigger prices. 50p each way singles, Mr. Dibb, Zimmerman, Loop to Lane, and Akoris. And a 50p win single on Valley of Flowers. 10.50 is the bet. Sky 365 and Paddy would give you 6 places here, so that is the best bookie to be taken. So for the channel, by rights, 3 big bookmakers are playing 6 places, so that is something I can claim if that stays. And then Unibet and Betway are your next best bookies on this bet. 10.50 is, so 17.50 in total. That's how we're starting. We'll find out how we finish it. All right, that's me. I'll be back Friday night for Saturday. There's about eight really big size handicap fields on Saturday, so that's a good promising start. We'll see if we can find stuff in there and elsewhere. So we'll play Saturday instead, and then we'll take Sunday off. So 2-day week. Let's see if we can get to a good start, because we could do with a decent one, couldn't we? All right, that's me. Hope you're well. Thank you very much. Bye bye.